good afternoon, YouTube world. My name is Larry. I'm on the Ramblings of Larry on my 2009 Ultra Classic. Just getting out of Morven, Georgia at 3:34, headed home. I have traveled currently today 155 miles. A friend of mine, Paul and I, we've been doing the tour of Georgia. We went to Robinson's, oh man, I can't forget his first name now, birthplace, and then we went to Moultrie, the Greatest Generation Memorial they have there. So I'll throw some of those pictures up if I can. So that deal is good. I just headed home. I'll be home in about 30 minutes. So I forgot to give you a little talk. I hopefully won't talk for 30 minutes. A little difficult. Got all the way to Moultrie, went about 110, 120 miles. And all of a sudden I got shifted into first gear and I couldn't shift. I could only go first neutral. Like, oh crap, what happened there? I've recently had a oil change and 30,000 mile service a couple thousand miles ago. I got a trailer. I haven't used it yet, but I got a trailer. Plus, I plan on doing some slow ride and turning. So I had to put a heavier duty clutch in. Let me tell you what, it makes a difference on your hand too. I thought, uh-oh, something's wrong with the clutch. What has happened is the Heeltoe shifter, the heel shifter, keeps sliding down. And when it slides down, it catches on the floorboard on the left-hand side. It doesn't catch on the right-hand side, but it does catch on the left-hand side. So there you are. I just stopped at Morven because it worked its way back down again and got it wiggled all the way up. There's a nut on an Allen screw, but I think the threads on the shaft for the heel part is wore out. Now the guy before me had that removed. That may be why. So I put it back on because I like the Heeltoe shifter, but I didn't bring an Allen wrench. I had the saddlebag off, so I took everything out of it, and I hadn't brought an Allen wrench. Normally I got an Allen wrench getting it back. I had an Allen wrench, I could unscrew it and just take that off, but I can't. It's screwed in and I can't undo it with my hand, but if it's just loose enough that it wiggles around, then it'll work itself down. But what I do is I got it up high enough now and I got my leg behind it, so it can't go nowhere. Ha! I taught it a lesson. Harley Davidson, you gotta love it. You go on a long trip, it's not even a long trip. 158 miles, gotta have something go wrong. So I'll be about 170 miles, maybe 200 miles by the time I get home. So just a good day to ride. It's about 80 degrees outside. Oh, so let me rattle on here for a minute. I told HDR was talking about the other day, Harley Day Rider. If you don't follow him, look down below. I'm trying to learn how to put links and things, but he's a great guy. I mean, great YouTube channel at least. He was talking about being young, and that's all he had was a motorcycle, a first wife and a motorcycle. Well, I had a girlfriend in Del Rio, Texas, and that's all I had was a motorcycle. She moved downtown. She was in the military, outranked me. And so we, oh shoot. That's all we did. We rode a motorcycle back and forth. We rode a motorcycle. We went grocery shopping on a motorcycle. I had this big Suzuki GS850, and I'd put saddlebags on it, and so we put some groceries in saddlebags, and she would hold paper bags. She was a short little thing, like 4'11" or something. I'm 6'3", a little over 6'3". But she wanted to ride a motorcycle. Well, she lived in this apartment downtown. Right across the street was a funeral home, but it wasn't used very often. And so, but I had a big parking lot, and so I'd go out there and do a lot of my slow maneuver practice and stuff. But she wanted to, I was riding with her in the back one day. We were doing the weaves and different things, but she wanted to ride one day. She wanted to drive, but her feet fit perfect on the floorboards or the foot bags. So I was in the back. I got you, and so we got her going slow and doing stop and start and everything else. That was good. All right. And so we're going along. Well, they were doing a funeral. The funeral service is going on, and it's cool outside. And we're going, and she was one of these people that if you yelled at her, she panicked and couldn't do nothing else. And so we're cruising. This is a big motorcycle. It had a like 7-gallon gas tank on it. And we're going, and she's going right at the hearse. 70s, I think late 70s, maybe early 80s hearse. The front blinker was actually glass, and it was pointy, long way pointy, if you know what I'm talking about there. But so you can see it on both sides. And those are kind of neat looking Cadillacs. And she's headed right out, and I'm screaming at her, stop, stop, stop. And just before we broadside this Cadillac, we're kind of coming at it head on, a little angle head on. Just before we do that, I lean the motorcycle as far over. I mean, I just jerk my body and lean it over. And the motorcycle leans and starts to turn, but we hit the front of that hearse. The blinker, my blinker hit that blinker, and we put a gouge from there to the front tire. And but it busted. When it busted that lens, it didn't shatter it. It busted it like a big piece, like the middle of it just broke out. I think it was in 2 pieces or something. But it was glass. So I went. The bike fell on its right-hand side. Didn't hurt nothing. She runs. I used to be in pretty good shape, and I instantly got up and jerked it up. You know, the thing you're not supposed to do. Just jerked it up and drove it and parked it around behind our building. Walked back over there, kind of rubbed where the paint was, and I took that glass and just set it back up inside there. And you probably, I mean, I figured nobody noticed, and I sat over at our place and watched. And, you know, they load the hearse up, they load the body in the hearse, you know, the coffin. Everybody gets in and they drive away, and it was still in there when they turned the corner. I mean, it probably fell out somewhere on the way, but, you know, nobody ever said anything about it, nobody ever come back, or, so that was good news. So that was a story with hitting a hearse there, HCR. The only other times I was sitting there saying, I got a little miles here, so I kind of rambled for a minute. The only other times that I've really kind of laid a bike down, 2 of the times I was drunk. Don't ever drink and drive. This is back in 81, Del Rio, Texas. 81, probably 82, really. Had to go straight down Main Street. I had a friend, I could stay at his house. I just had to go around this corner, but when I had to make a turn, I had to pee real bad. It's raining outside, and I had to pee real bad, and I turned that corner. And so there's a little gas station with gravel, one of those little signs that got a base and a back and forth in the wind springs on it. And so my thought process, I just go behind this building and pee. I pulled in there and that gravel hit that sign, and just the bike comes to a stop. I just flipped kind of over the handlebars. I had a big leather coat on, had a bombardier coat on from the military, because I thought it looked cool. And blue jeans and gloves and a full face helmet, praise the Lord. And squatted right into a big old mud puddle. Bike's laying on the side, you know, coughing and puffing away. I remember jumping up, unzipping and whipping out and just peeing. It was like a Friday afternoon. I wasn't even really that dark yet. And people, oh no, look at him just pee. And I, you know, got done, zipped up, picked up the motorcycle, was still running, put it on the street. And got there, and I remember I ripped my pants up, and of course I was just mud covered from head to toe. I remember walking in that house, my friend's like, what happened to you? And you should be driving drunk. That's why I'm staying at your house today. I did that one other time, something real similar to it, and I've learned my lesson after that one. Never got seriously hurt, like the back of this car. The only other time that I kind of laid it down, but I was dressed for it. I had some good pants on. I want to think it was cold outside. I had dual pants on just because it was so cold. And I had, again, my big thick leather jacket on. And a different, because I smashed my face twice with another full face helmet. And so, that's good. It's like certain gray. I'm trying not to have to shift too much. But we're up in by El Rado, Texas, up in the northwest corner. They got some pretty good mountains up there, or good turning rolly hills. Okay. And I sat there. We had like 3 of us. There's a blue blue with pinstripe GS850. There was like 3 of us had the identical bike, and we were going along there. And I was in a corner way too tight. I had a hairpin corner. I was way too tight, and I just lost the traction and low-sided it down. The good news, nothing was coming the other direction. The bike slid, from one lane to the next. Didn't even slide very far, and I didn't slide very far either. But even though we're probably doing about 45, 50 miles an hour, nobody was hurt. The bike wasn't even really hurt. Okay, I'm going to have to downshift. Downshift one more time. Okay. Oh, shit. Well, there we go. Solved that problem. It just fell all the way off. Hey, now we're done. That problem. Let's leave it off. So, on that deal is oh, so that's the only time I really laid them down, and hopefully you just knock on wood and pray to the good Lord that don't happen again. I was going to tell one more motorcycle story, and I forgot what it was. So, oh well, just rambling. I just got to go to exit 5, 10 more miles, and I'll be home. Home, baby. The 166. Now I'm starting to kind of get in my groove. Now my legs were stiff, my butt was stiff there for a little bit. Gear? Okay, let's leave it 6. Alright, cruise control on. There we go. But so other than that, those are just two little incidents there. But other than that, I've been riding most of my life, actually. On and off. I don't consider myself a biker, though. Alright, everybody. I think I've rambled on enough. Let me check a couple things out here. My shifter's kind of messed up, and trying to make sure it gets home without no problem. So check with you later.